Greetings to you from Snellville, Georgia, where apparently everybody is somebody here in Gwinnett County in the northeast corner of Metro Atlanta, Georgia. My name is James Shelton, and I am your instructor for this course, Bible 202, Jesus, the Focus of Scripture. Some of you I just had in the Drama of Scripture course, but many of you I am just meeting for the first time. So again, welcome and thanks everyone for your good work as we have begun this course. The purpose of tonight's video is to go over a couple of your assignments, which you can find all of that information in the different modules and, of course, in the assignments and discussions tabs. But I do want to say, again, as a reminder, I sent out a video, I believe it was yesterday, on this point about discussion topics, but just very, very quickly here at the beginning. We'll extend some grace to you this week if your original topic and your response to your classmate is a little bit late. And by a little bit, I mean the next day. But beginning week 2, to receive points, you will need to have the original response done, as I said, by 8 a.m. Saturday morning. But that'll be firm as of week 2. Any original responses that are written after that will receive no points. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't go ahead and engage with your other classmates and respond to your classmates. There are points available there, and they may come in handy down the road as we approach the end of the class. So please do engage with your classmates. Your responses to your classmates, again, I'll give a little grace this week, but beginning in week 2, need to be in, I'll say by 8 a.m. Monday morning after the Sunday that they're due. So I hope that's not too confusing, but your originals are due on Friday, and your responses to your classmates are due by Sunday night. Again, I will stretch that to 8 a.m. Monday morning, beginning week 2. All right, so I just wanted to say that and get that out of the way right up front. And another quick reminder about the use of AI. In a word, don't. Please do not use things like ChatGPT to write your papers. We have an excellent online writing lab here at Point. They can help you. I can be of assistance with your writing. If you have questions, please do reach out to them or to me, and we'll work together with you as best we can. Okay. Now, moving on to the assignments. That's what this video is all about, and in particular, this video is going to be about your parable recreation. So as we scroll down in the assignments tab, you see your discussion topics. And for this class, you have basically 5 major assignments. Journal entry number 1 is the one you're working on for this week. And then week 4, you'll have a summary over the Gospel of Luke. And so what I want to do is just click on these and point you to a really important link that you'll see here for the summary of the Gospel of Luke, but also for your paper for the Philip Yancey book, The Jesus I Never Knew, and for your journal entries. And if you haven't already gone there, I'm going to click here real quick. I'm not going to take time to sit here and read it all for you. I'll let you do that. But many of you are already working on your journal 1. I will tell you this, I am a stickler for word counts. Papers drop a letter grade if they're not within 25 words of the required word count. So we have a 500-word assignment like this week. I'm going to be looking at 475 as successfully completing that word count. And I've already read a couple of your papers and looking forward to engaging with you on those. All right. Now, I'm going to work backwards. Your second journal, okay, the idea here is that you write this paper at the beginning, journal entry number 1. And journal number 2 in week 7 then is the same question. What do you believe is the essence of Jesus's mission in the Gospels? But with the caveat, based on what you've learned this semester, okay? So the instructions are here. Important. No parts of the previous essay should be used for this assignment. And this essay, the first one's 500 words. This one's 1,500. Okay. So it's 500 times three. Again, we're going to be looking at that, but the idea is that your engagement, your learning, and you have grown in your beliefs about the essence of Jesus's mission over the course of the next few weeks, reading the material and taking this course, writing the papers, reading the books, all of that. So that's week 7. So I want to make you aware of that. You do have a Luke summary paper coming up in week 4 as part of your assignments, your reading assignments for each week. You will be reading through the Gospel of Luke between now and then, and you're going to write a response paper which briefly summarizes the main emphases of Luke's Gospel as you understand it. There's a couple of questions here. What themes did you see emerge from your readings, and what were you surprised to find out about Jesus? Okay, and that paper's 500 words in length. And then you'll be writing a response to Philip Yancey's The Jesus I Never Knew. And that'll be due week 6. And here are the 2 parts of the paper. 2/3 of the paper should be a summary of the book, giving a picture of the whole of Yancey's argument. And what this summary should prove is that you actually have read the entire book and you have understood it. And then 1/3 of the paper, we're going to ask you to dialogue with the author, point out some strengths and some weaknesses of Yancey's observations and his arguments. And what this will help us to see and help you as well. This will demonstrate your ability to sort through the material that you've read and ask good questions of what you've been reading. Then this paper should be 1,000 words in length, but more on those assignments to come. Now for the main thrust of this video, we're going to go back to the assignments tab and scroll down and take a look at the big project for the end of the course, your parable recreation. Now, there's a link to a PDF here under assignment overview, so we're going to go there. There is something that you need to do right away, or at least by the end of week 2. You're going to choose a parable from one of the Gospels. You can do it this week or next week. All right. Parables are some of the most dynamic and memorable teachings of Jesus that have been passed down to us. Okay. So how do you submit your parable? And that's an easy one. You can email me. Email your instructor. You can email me using Canvas. You can email me directly, james.shelton@point.edu. But that's going to need to be done by the end of the 2nd week. Okay. Now, on the assigned date in week 7, it's going to be the end of the course. You're going to either upload a video to YouTube and submit the link to it, or submit your PowerPoint presentation to me via the assignment link. And what this will include is a creative retelling of the parable and your reflections on its meaning and significance to both Jesus's original audience, the early Christians, and our contemporary context. There's a great link here within this PDF about how to make a video public. If you've not done that before on YouTube, it's very easy to get that done, but do not make it private. We will not be able to get in to see it. Okay? The guidelines. It must be an original retelling of the parable, not a summary, and not the creative work of another person. Please do not submit videos that you have found on YouTube. A creative retelling should update the parable for a modern audience in ways that communicate the point of the parable. And 2, do this in such a way that a more contemporary audience would understand it and relate to it. To give you an example of that, I would point you to one of Jesus's most popular parables, the Good Samaritan. Samaritan was a word that needed no introducing, needed no defining in Jesus's Jewish context. Samaritans were half-breeds. They were thought so unclean that a good Jew would walk around Samaria, which was situated between Galilee in the north and Judea in the south. They would walk around it, sail around it. They probably wouldn't do a lot of sailing. The Jews were not much for the sea, but they would walk around it, avoid it at all costs. And so, for Jesus to tell a story in which the two members of Jewish society, polite Jewish society, um, neglected to love their neighbor who was in the ditch, but along comes an unclean Samaritan who does all of those things and more for the person in the ditch. Then the question that Jesus asks at the end, so who do you think of those three love their neighbor? And the Jewish lawyer said, the Samaritan. And Jesus said, go and do likewise. Now, the word Samaritan does not carry the same meaning as it did in the first century. But the word Palestinian certainly does. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it for you. But the idea is update it in a way. There are examples in our own culture here in America. So that's what we're talking about. All right. Whatever you do, whether it be a PowerPoint presentation, which needs to be at least 10 slides, or a video, which needs to be 6 to 8 minutes, whichever one you do, either one must end with honest reflections on the meaning of the parable, its personal impact. How has that parable impacted you? And its impact on our understanding of Jesus, both from first century viewers as well as contemporary ones. Okay. There are other components to this. I'm going to go over those later. Okay. I'm not going to, and here at the very bottom, Dr. Holly Carey, who put this together, encourages you to be creative and have fun. And I have seen some very fun videos. So I just want to encourage you here at the outset, but do take some time with this document. And again, if you have any questions, fire them off. Now, parables. Do we know which stories are parables? Well, we're going to go here to the module for week. Let's see. I'm going to go here. Blah, dee, dee. Thank you for hanging with me, folks. Let's go here. Oh, let's see here. Okay, we got those. All right, and now we're going to go here to the instruction for week 1, the overdue and to-do list. Let's see what we've got here. Just going through it. All right, you've got your instructions for this week, and you guys are doing a great job. And I hope you're benefiting from the instruction that you're receiving from Dr. Carey each week as well. Now, the parables. The parables are easy to find as far as a list of them. You're going to find them in the books Matthew, Mark, and Luke. John is not big on parables. But the first 3 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, certainly are. And so if you have a question about it, you can submit your parable to me. I mentioned one, the Good Samaritan. We have the parable of the prodigal son in Luke chapter 15. We also have the parable of the lost coin, the parable of the lost sheep. Those are also in Luke chapter 15. There's the parables there are parables of the vineyard, the owner in the vineyard. There are parables throughout Matthew, Mark, and Luke. So if you have questions and you're wondering whether or not a story that you'd like to do is a parable, do not hesitate. Reach out to me and let me know which one you're going to be picking out. But I need to know which of the parables you're going to select by the end of week 2. Okay. One day this week, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, I'll put a list of parables up for you, just to give you a heads up. But it would, you can certainly Google it. I don't encourage Googling everything, but this, you could simply Google parables of Jesus, and a good Google search will we'll list quite a few of them. So anyway, I'm starting to ramble. That means this video is getting too long. But I did want to go over all of this stuff with you and just kind of give you a heads up of what's to come. Again, thank you for your good work so far. Thank you for your engagement with each other in the Introduce Yourself forum. And now we turn to the reading and the writing, and I look forward to engaging with you there. Again, if you have any questions, there are no dumb ones, no silly ones, no nothing. Please feel free to reach out to me at james.shelton@point.edu, or you can email me at Canvas as well, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So listen, have a great rest of your week. Take care. Don't forget, get those discussion topics, those original posts, and those well, get all your work in by the end of the week. And that'll solve a whole lot of stuff, right? So take care. God bless you. I'm praying for you, and I'm here for you.